Hello from Royal Dog Academy. This is 5-minute training for the come command. If a dog runs away from their owner, we need the come command to bring them back. First method we're demonstrating now is using food as a motivator. This method works best if the dog is hungry. Ideally, this training would take place before they've had their food for the day. The owner should motivate the dog beforehand by introducing the food, showing the treats in their hand so that their mind is focused on the prize, and then begin running backwards. As you can see, the owner taking steps backwards causes the dog to develop a habit of walking forward to come to the owner. You can see we bring the dog down into a seated position when they arrive. This is the target behavior when they move forward, and we should begin giving this praise and encouragement for successfully sitting down when they've arrived at the owner. Only when the dog runs toward the owner should we give them a treat. Using this method, it's important that the treat is a motivator and a reward for the positive results. Second, we're preparing a leash for the contrast method. The contrast to the treats, which will still be used as a motivator, is now having a leash available. If the dog is easily distracted by their environment and needs more correction, this could be the training that is best suited for you. When the dog loses their attention from the owner, give the leash a slight pull. This will get the dog's attention, and when he moves in the correct come direction, we will reward with treats and give praise verbally as they're approaching. Encourage the dog to come along closer to you and reward them as they've arrived, as they've seated, and build that patience with their sit. This is the command that we'll use if the owner is struggling to keep the dog focused on us as well. The leash is there as our option to have more control over the dog. We have the positive stimulation of the treats contrasting with the leash. In part 3 of our come command training, we are using the toy method. In this video, the red toy is a bite tug training toy, which is suitable for this Rottweiler, but we recommend that you would use a toy that most activates your dog's interest, as this training is designed to stimulate their nervous system, to be a more awake form of training, and get the dog mentally focused on the training as opposed to just hungry for food and treats. As you can see, we introduce the toy to the dog so that he knows he's got this opportunity to play. Then we can have the dog practice some patience seated here. The owner should motivate with a toy. When the dog approaches the owner, we give the sit command so that he will also develop this habit of seating himself without being asked, as a proper come command should do. As the dog is given some opportunity to walk and play, you want to give him practice coming from a farther distance. Remember to also give the toy to the dog as a reward for this positive behavior. Here the dog is going down. We can develop a little bit of distance and call him forward to come. Again, remember to actually give the toy to your dog as a reward. We can play with just biting it while the owner maintains hands on the toy, or we can give it a toss and the dog can fetch the toy, and naturally they will come to bring it back as a part of our training. When the dog sits to wait for us, we will hold the toy to keep them patient and activated. As a reward for their good behavior, the owner will also pat the dog and give them some verbal encouragement as well. So in this toy, we mix verbal praise for the dog as well to encourage them in their training.